That's Harvey.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of Jack Talks Bikes, and today we're doing a bit of DIY on the bike, basically. We are fitting 2 new tyres, because these are done for, absolutely cooked. As you can see, there's very little tread left on the back of these, and it's squared off, so it's absolutely awful to ride. Same with the front, and they're all both very old, aren't they? What did we say front was 2017?
2017,
We think the front tyre is the original one, so that needs sorting. And I've got Harvey with me because he's a mechanical wizard, and he knows what he's doing.
Mostly.
And today we've been sorted out by the guys at Tru Tension. They've sent us out some tyre sealant, motorcycle tyre sealant to test out. We've got the chain monkey and chain alignment tool as well, the Lazer Monkey, as well as, we've just been talking about this, the wheel monkey to get that fluid in the tyres. And then once we've intentionally punctured the tyres on this bike, so it's a bit of a two-parter, we're going to test out the wheel sealant, fit it to the bikes, go through how that works, test that stuff out, intentionally puncture one of the tyres on this bike to see if that works. And then once we've done that, we're going to go and DIY fit a set of new tyres to the bike. That's the plan anyway, isn't it?
That's the plan.
Okay, as we're doing it, we're just going to vlog through it. We're going to work out as we go. I'll show you what tools we're using, how to go about doing it, and we'll see how easy it is to do. So let's get cracking.
Let's crack on. So first things first, to fit your tyre sealant, you need to take the valve core out of the tyre that you're going to fit it to.
Okay.
So we'll start with the rear.
Oh, the cap's gone. That's gone forever. And then all you need is one of these.
It's too big.
No, you don't. You need one of these. Okay.
Why is this a different size? Oh,
Got the other end.
Because the other end is slotted. There we go. And it's almost like a screwdriver. The valve core just unscrews. Now, you can do this with a pair of pliers, but it's a bit of a bodge. And when you can get these for a couple of quid from Amazon. There you go. Rescue your valve core.
Right, brilliant.
And we'll just let that deflate.
This is the sealant that the guys at Tru Tension have sent out. It's motorcycle tyre sealant. Now, the idea is that you fill the tyres with this, and then when you're out on a ride, if you do pick up a puncture, this is meant to seal that puncture. I think it seals up to 4mm hole, so it's quite a large hole, quite a large diameter. It's worth noting that with the instructions of this stuff, it's not just one bottle per tyre. Depends on the tyre size. So they do provide a little handy chart on the side of the bottle there, look. So you've got to work out how many millilitres you need per tyre. So this particular bike, the Monster, is a 180/55/17. So this, according to the chart, takes 350ml. So we need to use one bottle and then about a third, I'd say about a third at a guesstimate of the second bottle, because there's 250ml per bottle. So yeah, if you've got a bike, check your tyre sizes, work out how many bottles you're actually going to need if you are going to invest in it. So the next job then is to get this in, squeeze it in.
Yep.
Get the tyre pump back up again, and then whack a drill in it.
Something like
Drill
that.
a hole in it?
Yeah, drill a hole in it.
See what
Something
happens?
yeah, see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, let's get cracking.
Give it a go.
So we've been on the website to find the instructions, because as Harv just pointed out, they're not very clear on the bottom. Unless you peel the sticker off and they're underneath it. I've not looked at that. There's a QR code at the front. Scan for more information. So maybe you scan that and find the website for videos. But it says shake vigorously. So give it a vigorous shake. Get it going. And then quite handily, it's on a straw, look. So that's how you get it in. It's on a little...
Yep. And then...
you just wedge that on the end of the valve and get squeezing, I guess. Sticky.
Interesting. Yeah.
Strange texture.
Kind of chopped carbon bits in it. Well, let's give it a go.
Let's give it a try.
So we want one whole bottle first.
Yeah. I just find it difficult to get in. It's the first problem with it. It's not really squeezing in. So we just tried moving the bike forward, see if it was because the valve was at the bottom or not. Doesn't want to go in, does it?
It doesn't want to go in.
So we can...
Can't figure out. So it just filled the valve cap, hasn't it?
It's kind of just filled the valve stem, and that's pretty much it.
Has much actually gone out the bottle? I don't really think it has it?
No.
No,
Nothing's gone yet.
Just kind of blocks up. I don't know if that's because we've got a 90-degree valve core, or...
That's going to be the problem, isn't it? So it does just squeeze in. It just doesn't want to...
No, it really doesn't. Don't know how much we've actually managed to get in there, but not a lot.
Not a lot, no.
Not a lot.
We're doing it wrong.
I can't see how we could do it wrong.
No,
but
it's just meant to go on the end, isn't it, and
it
squeeze on.
is. Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm going to point one thing out, which I did like about it. And then we'll go on to the
It's
back.
got a valve cap remover in the lid.
Yeah, you don't have to buy a valve cap remover because it actually has one in the lid. So that's a nice little touch. So that will help. The downside is, can't get it in the wheel. Cannot get it in at all. We've just tried both bottles. We don't know if it's because we've got a 90-degree valve stem. Or what, but the stuff just, I'll show you. It's not as being weaklings either. Well, it might be me being a weakling, but not Harvey. But the second you get, I'll try to do this one-handed, it just bottles up, look, it stops, it will not go past, and it just leaks out the end, it won't. So no matter what we do, no matter how hard we try, it is not going into the tyre.
I could only think to try it on the paddock stand, just in case it's
Yeah,
just the weight, but
I can't see
with
that
it being
a problem.
completely flat,
I mean, it's not like there's any pressure in there to fight against.
Well, let's try and get it on the stand.
yeah.
Give it one more attempt, and
Yeah.
then if it doesn't work, I'm just going to reach out to the guys at Tru Tension and ask, what did we do wrong?
Yeah. Where have we gone wrong?
What have we done wrong? Because it might well be user error.
I suspect so.
Well, I don't know. It's meant to be very simple.
It seems very simple in idea, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's get it on the stand.
Let's
see
try
what
it
we
with
can
the
do.
paddock stand. Just don't drop it. I hate putting bikes on these paddock stands.
Other people's bikes on paddock stands.
Especially when it's not my bike. Yeah, that's another.
We're up.
There we
We're
are.
on the stand. Making no difference.
No difference whatsoever.
Even with the valve stem at the bottom of the tyre.
Yeah, okay, so that's fully flat. Let's see if we can get a drop of this. It just doesn't want to flow at all. Hey!
Whey!
Just what you want, yeah.
Right,
So that's
okay.
definitely.
I don't think this is going to work.
No, I suspect not, by the look of it.
So I'll get onto the guys at Tru Tension and ask, what are we doing wrong?
So we must be doing something wrong. I can only imagine it's the 90-degree valve stem that just doesn't. It's too tight to get it through.
Yeah.
It's probably work on an adventure tyre with a straight stem, which
Yes.
is much more of the market you're aiming towards, isn't it? Big touring
guess so.
tyres.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
That is a shame.
But we've still got 3 other things to test out. We've got the chain tension tool, wheel alignment tool, and we're also going to try and see what this wheel monkey does. It's meant to just slot, so the wheel monkey is meant to just go under the front tyre, and it helps you rotate that front wheel whilst it's on a stand, basically. So what's next then? If we're just going to do tyres, I guess it's get the front up in the air.
Yeah, well, do you want to do the wheel monkey? Do you want to test that out?
Yeah?
So before we do that, just to see how that works.
See how this works?
Yeah.
Okay, let's crack on. Let's get this open. So that is the wheel monkey, motorcycle wheel roller. What's your thoughts on the build quality of that?
Oh, that's very nice.
Yes,
Nice bit of
I'm
aluminium. Love it.
Very surprised at that. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be plastic. But
I
that's-
thought it was going to be plastic. Well, that's very nice indeed.
Yeah,
Okay.
heavyweight piece of metal.
See how we get on with it, yeah.
So the idea of this is it goes under the front wheel of the bike. Tricky thing is the bike's already on the stand. So we'll see how we can get this on there. But yeah, the idea is that when it's on the stand, that's under the front wheel. You can rotate the front wheel on those rollers. Nice and easy.
Yep.
Which means
you can also use it on the rear wheel if you're doing your chain loop.
Yeah,
So you don't have to
have it on a stand.
have it on a paddock stand and faff about. You can just use this instead.
So that's a
which is
good
very
little
cool.
touch.
Yeah.
So shall we
Should work
put
on
it to its test?
Yeah, we can give it a go, can't we?
How are we going to do this? Should we jack the front up on the other stand and then slot it underneath and drop it back off the stand?
Yeah, I think that's probably the
Rather than
easiest
trying
way,
to-
isn't it? Yeah.
Faff. Let's try
Let's
that.
go for that.
So this is Harvey's stand, this isn't mine. And if you haven't seen one of these, this is a front paddock stand. So on the rear, let me just do a quick demo for
yeah.
newbies. On the rear, on the swing arm, you'll either get bobbins like this, which sit onto these like U-bend brackets, or some of them just got no bobbins, haven't they? Just got this flat. And it comes, you can change these gold bits out, can't you? There's like a flat bar that sits underneath and just takes the weight of the swing arm. Obviously that's quite good for the rear because you've still got access to all your adjustments and your chain adjusters, your bolts to get your rear wheel off, makes it dead easy and handy. Whereas on the front, if you were to do the same, you'd probably be jacking it up on those, which means you can't get the front wheel off. Whereas with one of these stands, what's it called?
A headstock stand.
Headstock stand, that's the one. So it's a headstock stand.
Yeah.
These go up in here, don't they?
Yes.
into a particular...
So under the stem at the front of the bike, there's a hole that you can fit a pin into. You need the right size pin. And it should just pick the bike up. And then you're free to move the bars and take the wheel out and do whatever you want. So
let's get that tried, shall we?
Give it a go.
So that sits in the headstock. And bosh.
Just like that.
That was easy. So quick, I didn't really get it on video.
Well, we can do it again.
No, it's the same principle, isn't it? You just fit it in and then
and then it leaves you free to... You can move the bars a little bit to gain access to that kind of thing.
Brilliant. Right, so that's the front wheel up in the air. Let's stick the wheel monkey underneath at the front, drop it down and see if it actually works. There you go.
Nice and easy.
Yep.
There we go. Right.
Okay. Give it a spin.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, there you go. One product from them. So what's that? 2 products tested.
Yep.
One of them
One
does
spot
exactly
on.
what it says on the tin.
Yeah, wonderful.
Okay, happy with that. So, if you don't have all of these stands, what are we saying? Rear stand and this front wheel roller would be good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, for doing...
Yeah, you could do either end.
That stuff.
It would be a lot easier to put the front wheel, the rear wheel on this roller and then do your chain.
Yeah, so there's another good use for it. Yeah, so that's another good use for it as well, then, isn't it? Roll the bike onto that, and if you want to do your chain lube, dead easy.
Yep.
Okay, so it's 2 products tested. That, multiple uses for it, very good. Yeah, we can recommend that. I'm going to get onto Tru Tension about this stuff because I'm a bit disappointed we couldn't get it in. I suspect, and so does Harvey, that is not going in because of the 90-degree valve stems.
It seems so.
Which is a bit of a shame because we were looking forward to trying it. We even had the drill out and everything to pop the tyre.
We did.
But we move. So, next job, wheels off.
Wheels off. Yep. Where do you want to start? Do you want to do the front or the back?
Should we do the front? Easier one first?
Both about the same, yeah.
To get the front wheel off, and we need to undo that, is to undo this, which you've already done.
Fetch the lovely nut off the front.
So we've already got that off there.
So that's these are quite delicate. These are aluminium on this particular bike. Some of them are steel, some of them are aluminium, but in this case, aluminium. We'll give that a clean up before it goes back on.
Okay.
And always remember, keep an eye on you. If there's a washer, make sure you know where it goes.
Okay.
They're there for a reason.
Yeah. And the tools we've used for that, just a quick look into it. Yeah, we've just got the
30mm socket in this case. Your bike may vary.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just cracked off.
Brilliant. And the toolkit we're using just for this. So if people are wondering about getting into DIY stuff, we're just using a basic Halfords. I say basic. It is the Halfords multi-set.
The Halfords set that everyone has.
Yeah, that every home mechanic tends to buy. And another tool to note of, we do also have, because we're messing around with wheels, a torque wrench to make sure everything's put back together at the correct spec.
So on the front here, you've got some pinch bolts, and this holds the axle in place. So we're just going to undo. There's a couple of socket head screws in here that hopefully aren't too tight. They shouldn't be tight.
There's the 2 on each side, is there?
Yeah.
And all they're doing
is
bringing these 2 bits of metal together to pinch it.
Correct, yeah. So you can see the carrier for the axle is split, and they just clamp it down to make sure it doesn't move anywhere.
Oh, clever.
And then the nut holds it all together just as a backup, effectively.
Brilliant.
So if we loosen those a little, something like that. They don't need to come out, we just need them loose, so they've released the tension off where it's been split.
Both the pinch bolts on.
That's both the pins undone, but it might be a little tricky to get this out. So with Ducatis, they have this, just a pin through the centre here.
Right.
Sometimes they can be a bit reluctant to come out, so we might need a little
persuasion.
A little persuasion.
We've had to resort to the persuasion bar, have we?
Give it another little, yeah, just a little tap.
A little trick you're using there is using another tool on the face of it.
I'm cheating, using a 3.5 inch wobble just to seat it on the edge of the tube there. Make sure we're not making a mess inside.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it's just a little bit stuck because it's not been out in 8 years.
Yeah, 2017. It's
based on the tyres. So now, hopefully, because it started moving, if I take the weight, it should start coming out.
Should
be in the operative word. Just needs a very little gentle persuasion. You don't want to wail on it like it's.
We don't want to dent it either.
No, exactly. So now here we go. So there we go. That's it.
Got it.
So yeah, take the weight of the wheel.
Ah, there we are, look.
And just feed it out. And just remember, if there's a spacer like that that drops out,
Remember where it was.
where that came from. Good.
Do you have to worry about anything with the brakes?
Yes, we do need to take the brakes off, but I want to get that loose first because they help hold the wheel.
Okay.
So we'll just thread that back in like that.
That's now that loose. That should come out quite easily.
That'll come out. That'll come straight back out now. So
Next
now we
job,
can
brakes.
get on the brake calipers.
So with the brake calipers, 2 bolts at the rear.
Yep. Don't need a lot. They shouldn't be very high torque. I think they're 50 Newton meters from memory.
Okay.
So they should come out pretty easily. Yeah. So we feed these off, and then the wheel should just drop out.
And these are just the carrier bolts, aren't they? They're not like anything mechanical, as it were. They're just holding the caliper onto the.
Yes, they stop the caliper from rotating round when you put the disc up well. How much meat you've got left on your pads and how they look?
Bit rusty.
A little bit crusty, but you use this in all weathers, so it's
do.
expected. Otherwise, perfectly fine.
And the same.
So just hang that out the way, and then we'll do the other side.
So it's these 2 nuts. Just before we do it, so we've seen the other side how easy it comes off.
Yep.
You want to do the 2 carrier bolts, and then this bike's got ABS, so you had to do something with the ABS sensor, which was just disconnecting.
On the other side, the sensor runs off to the hub,
Yep.
so we didn't want to snag that up. So they're tied together with the brake lines. On this side, it'll be fine because it'll just hang back.
Yep. Easy peasy.
And that's it.
Take the pin out of the axle, and that's the front wheel out. You made that look really easy. Brilliant.
And there's another spacer on that side to rescue.
Okay, so next job then, what do we have to do? Are we taking discs off or leaving discs on?
No, we'll leave the discs on. So first things first, we'll take the valve core out.
Very smelly air.
Yes.
2017 air. Pre-COVID air.
Pre-COVID air. There you go. Yeah. You could probably sell that on. Some of the conspiracy nutters.
Right, I've never done this before, so I've no idea where I'm at. So what have we got?
So we've got some
Tyre levers.
tyre levers, not just any tyre levers, because these have a slightly different shaped set of ends.
Okay.
So
Are these brand new?
These are brand new, yeah.
You've just picked these up?
Yeah, no, I have actually got 2 sets for reasons, don't ask.
For reasons.
But these are designed so that you can lever the bead off the tyre.
Oh, right.
So that's the tricky bit. That's the bit that always needs a bit of force and a bit of bravery.
Yep.
Once you've broken the bead loose, it's pretty straightforward.
It's
and
just
you use them
that.
just like normal levers, where you're just bending the tyre.
Oh, right. So they've got double ends. So that end is for levering the tyre.
So
off
this
like
is your
normal,
levering end, so it's quite thin and with the right shape for getting underneath the bead and levering it over the edge.
That end is all for
and this
bead
edge,
braking.
this is for breaking the bead loose from the rim of the tyre, so you can see
clever.
you can use them
like in unison.
exactly.
And then these red bits
And they're the rim protectors. So
meant to protect my rims because my rims are black.
We don't
powder
want to
coated,
ruin.
and we don't want to scratch them.
Exactly. So first things first, 50-50 mix of water and washing up liquid, good old fairy.
Easy
As you
peasy.
lube, just to make sure that everything's nice and easy to work with.
So step 1 is lube it.
If in doubt, especially as your tyre was filthy, or your wheel and tyre is filthy,
Yeah, well, sorry.
so we don't struggle.
Is that another time for me to shout out Tru Tension for the monkey juice bike cleaner? Are you telling me I should use some of it? Is that what
You definitely should, yeah, absolutely.
That's all right, the bike's dirty, we get it.
Yeah. So what we do from here is
That end first.
get this lever underneath
Okay,
in the
I'll
rim
come
of
a
the
bit
tyre.
closer so we can see what we're doing. So that one in first.
So that one goes straight in between the tyre and the rim.
You slot that over
Yep.
top, and then what's the next step?
And then we just bring them together and apply some force. So just try and pop the bead down, because this is the difficult bit now.
So what is the bead?
So inside the tyre, you've got a steel band that runs all the way around. That's very, very tightly fitted into the inside of the rim.
Yep.
The shape of the rim and the tyre is very closely fitted. So as they come together, that steel band is holding the tyre as tightly as you can.
Okay.
And that's what we're trying to get to, like, dislodge itself.
So we're talking really fine margins.
Exactly. It's very tight, very deliberately. And this is why most of if you go to a tyre shop, they'll have a hydraulic bead breaker, which will just squash the tyre straight down and just pull it straight off. Because hydraulics are great for that kind of job. But obviously, we don't have that at home. So you've got to do other things. You can get hydraulic bead breakers, and you can even use, some people with adventure bikes use the side stand on their bike to change the tyre, which you might have seen before. Or your mate's bike, so you drop the side stand down and then just use the leverage of the weight of the bike on the side stand to squash the bead down. So, but the idea with these is that we simply insert them in here and
use brute force.
Use a bit of brute force, but it can be a bit tricky.
You have to do it in multiple places.
Yeah,
you're trying to find a weak spot.
You're trying to find a spot where it's gonna want to come out, and hopefully. Oh, that's so close on the front here.
Push down. If I put my knees on this side of it.
Yep, that helps.
So I counterbalance, counterweight it.
Yeah, it would almost help if these interlocked at the front, but it doesn't quite work, does it?
No. So we've got that bit down a bit. Now I'm going to try a different spot and see if we can press it down and break that bead that you were talking about.
There we go, and it's just gone.
Oh, there we are. Easy. Done. Easy. What you don't see on the camera is the...
5 minutes of swearing at it while you do. But this is the tricky bit. So now the bead has come off.
I'll stand back here so we can see what's going on.
The edge.
Yeah.
You can see you can just push it, just with your fingers, no pressure, down into the well of the tyre. So the tyre is almost kind of the wheel, in fact, is almost kind of a U shape.
Right.
With a flat shelf where the bead sits. And once you push it down into that.
So you push it into this valley in the middle of the wheel.
Exactly, yeah. And I'll show you that when we get the other side off.
So you're going to break the bead the other side, or now you've broken one side, it should be relatively easy to do?
No, it's pretty much the same story.
So this is going to be rock hard as well on this side?
So this is going to be a bit tricky, yeah.
Okay.
And rear tyres are a bit easier, in my experience, than fronts, but...
Is that because there's more room in a rear?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think because, the actual sidewalls are a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Gives you a bit more space.
Makes sense, yeah.
Let's try this side.
So rinse, repeat, breaker bars, in, and just start levering. Right, I'll turn the camera off again and I can kneel on it, give you that help again.
Yep.
Bead on both sides broken off.
Yep. So now what we need to do is pick a side. We'll go for this one. And start the levering process, which is what you need these plastic rim protectors for.
Don't need to tie cores.
Thank you, my helpful assistant.
There you go.
To protect your paint, the bits you can see.
Yep.
Just like so.
And they actually just snap on, so they just clip on.
They clip on and they just hold themselves there.
Oh, that's good. So they're not like sliding, because the ones I've seen on eBay, they're like sliding around and stuff in like.
Yeah, well, they can do a little bit. You've got to be a bit careful with them, but they should just snap on and away you go. And then we're switching to the other side of the tyre levers.
It slots in.
So it slots right in. You tuck it under the bead.
Yep.
And then.
So you start levering against.
You just start levering it like that.
Against the plastic protectors.
Against the plastic protectors, because otherwise you would absolutely muller the paint.
That makes sense.
Like that. So what you want to make sure is that the opposite side stays off the bead.
Off the bead, okay. So if I put my foot on there,
yep,
that'll help keep that off.
Yeah, if you're doing this on your own, you can kind of straddle the tyre to make this work.
But you've got me.
But we've got to make it so that people can see something. Otherwise, it's a bit of a pointless exercise. So pop that in there.
One up, two up.
Just like that. There we go.
Tricky.
Very tricky. There's a lot of swearing involved in this job. There we go. This is the tricky bit.
There you go.
If I was doing this again, I would buy another set of these because it makes life much easier. If you've got four, you can just put them around where you want.
Makes a lot of sense.
And you don't really have to move them.
Do you hear that, manufacturers of tyre wheel protectors? Do them in kits of 4.
Haha. There we go.
How much do you think it would cost to go to a tyre fitters and get 2 tyres put on the bike? You buy the tyres yourself.
Yeah.
How much is someone charging you to do this?
Well, the last time I had that before I did this kind of thing, it was £35 for both tyres.
Both?
Yeah, and that's with loose wheels. So you've got to do all this anyway.
Yeah.
So once you're there, yeah. Plus you're at their convenience then. It's
yeah, swings and roundabouts.
Swings and roundabouts, absolutely.
35 quid. If you can get the wheels off, 35 quid for someone else to do this bit, or do we do this bit?
Exactly.
Let's see how long this takes. So we are now on, what time is it? My watch isn't working. We are on 7 minutes past 1. We'll come back to this when we've broken the whole tyre off. the first bead off and it only took like a minute after we stopped filming. We're doing the second bead and you have to go at it from the back, is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
So same process, just prying it off, but you go at it from the back. So again, you seat the rim protectors, similar position, but you're going at it from the back of the tyre this time. So you're feeding the bars through the back at the top. And prying it
so
over
we're doing the same. So we're levering the opposite bead over the same side of the wheel
to get it out.
to get it off, just like that. There we go, and that is very, very close. That might just. And once you've worked it round enough, you should be able to get it fairly loose. And if it doesn't pop off with the lever, give it a good pull.
Whee!
And that's
Easy
one
as that.
tyre.
So how long was that?
Easy
We
as
said
that.
it, what was it, 107 or 108?
Yeah.
107, wasn't it?
Yeah.
116.
116.
Taking
So less
10
than
minutes.
10 minutes. There we go. That's
Brilliant.
not too bad. Not too bad at all.
So explain to the viewers then, we were talking about the bead biting onto the edge. Can
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
give us a quick demo so people that don't know understand a bit more from the visual?
So just inside the edge of the tyre here, this very thick flat shoulder on the inside, there's a very thick steel wire or band that holds it together and makes sure it doesn't try and come apart on you. And what that does is when you fit it, it goes into the valley here. As you can see, it's scalloped down, and then when it seats, it goes over a tiny little lip and straight here onto a flat edge.
And that, when
And
it's pressurised,
Once that's pressurised, and because it's so tight, very precisely made diameter that's
just
going
doesn't come
nowhere.
off, yeah,
That's not
that's
going
how it
anywhere.
fits together.
Yeah, exactly. So the difficulty is you've got to get the bead of the tyre to pop over this little shoulder down into there, and that gives you enough room to be able to then pull it off on the other side.
So you're trying to make something that's that thick, diameter-wise,
Yeah.
go over something that's this wide.
Exactly.
And
So, yeah.
so yeah, you're
without
fighting it the whole time.
getting half the tyre into here,
You're
you
never
can
gonna
see
get the
you'd
leverage.
never be able to stretch a big thick steel cable enough to get it over the rim there.
Well, there you go.
And that's it. So now's a good chance to clean your wheels if you want to.
There's a montage. Montage!
You rock your head a montage.
I think I know just what we need.
The hour's approaching to give it your best, and you've got to reach your prime. That's when you need to put yourself to the test and show us a passage of time. We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage.
I did a montage of cleaning that wheel.
We've done the wheel. The wheel is nice and clean.
We've taken the wheel weights off, haven't we? So that
We've
weights are
taken
stripped
the
off.
so the old wheel weights are off. So we're ready to fit the new tyre. So the first thing to check before we decide which way round the wheel is going to go, make sure your spacers are the same size for both sides, which thankfully they are. They're the same diameter.
Brilliant.
So these don't matter in terms of the direction. But helpfully, I think Ducati have put an arrow on for us, which is nice.
Yes,
So
because
we'll
we need
be-
to know which way the wheel goes, don't we?
Yes, that way, I think.
Okay. Sound. So for the sake of the viewers,
So on your rear wheel, so
Yes.
what does help is if you've got 90-degree valve stems, just match them up side to side once you've taken them off.
yeah.
So on this one, we're going to have it pointing the right-hand
same
side
way.
of the bike.
Yeah.
So set it up so you can check the tyre pressures while it's on the side stand.
Yeah.
So we know we're getting that the right way around. Okay, so
Is it pretty much just a reverse of what we just did?
pretty much a reverse of what we just did. The only thing to watch out for is make sure they'll all have either a red or yellow dot on the sidewall.
Yep.
And you want to get that as close as you can to the valve stem.
Okay.
The reason for that is that's the lightest part of the tyre, and the valve stem is the heaviest part of the rim.
That makes a lot of sense. And we need to
So
watch for rotation as well, don't we? So it's lining
we
the
need
red
to-
dot up and make sure rotation goes with the right way of the tyre and
Exactly.
wheel.
Yeah. So this is the right-hand side, so it's going to go
That way.
that way. So rotation's marked, so flip it over. Away we
Maybe a
go.
rotation mark.
See, rotation is
There's only one rotation.
There.
Okay, so it says on the sidewall
going-
rotation.
clockwise, and if we think about it, as it's sitting on the bike, it's going to go that way. So it's always worth checking.
Yeah.
And then double check, because you really don't want to have to take this back off again.
Where that red dot is.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if the dot moves about a little bit, you just want them to
As close
roughly
as.
line up, as close as you can get it. But this next step, you might find that it doesn't quite line up after a little while. So what we need to do, push the fresh tyre in so it's ready to start dragging it on. Now, some people like to leave this half dry, so it grabs the wheel.
That kind of makes sense. I was going to ask about lube.
Yeah.
But
And then effectively we're going to do exactly what we've just done in reverse.
That's called a montage. Girl, we want a montage. In anything if you want to go from just a beginner to a pro, you need a montage. Even Rocky had a montage. Always fade out in a montage. If you fade out, it seems like more time has passed in a montage.
we've come back. We've done both sides. It took both of us doing it.
Yeah, it
is
needs
possible.
a bit of kneeling and brute force to get you there, but
It would have been possible with one of us.
it is possible. I
It was
promise.
much easier doing it with two of us.
It is.
So that's the tyre on the wheel. We've now just got to get it,
Yep, so we've just got to air it up
which we've got a handy tool for.
and put the valve core in.
So valve core back in. And
Valve
then
core back in first, and then we can air it up.
Now, you've bought a handy tool for airing it up,
A very handy tool.
which not many people will have access to, but you can do this with just normal air compressor.
You can
Am I
do
right?
this with a little air compressor, but it's easier if you've got a full-size one.
So we've got that bad boy set up, ready to rock and roll.
Yep,
It's a bit excessive.
it is very excessive. But the bonus is once it's aired up, it's then quiet now, so
Yeah, it's not making loads of noise like it
shouldn't
when you
make
plugged
loads
it
of
in.
noise, which will be nice.
Core back in,
So yeah, so the valve core's gone back in. You literally just pop it in and
nip it back up with a
nip it back
screwdriver.
up. Yeah, it doesn't need any tension on it. Just literally just give it a, you know.
And for the viewers,
That's it.
we have another one here to show you. This
Have
is
a
a valve
little
core.
spare.
Taking the boxes off.
And if you lose one, they're very cheap.
So that's a valve core. And that is for the rear tyre. I think that one is out. We've taken that out of the rear. haven't
Yeah,
we?
they're both the same.
They just screw out. Easy peasy. So next job, get the tyre inflated, get it back on the bike. Once you're running the compressor again, I will show viewers tyre pressures. You'll find them in your manual. Every owner's manual will have one, but if your bike hasn't got an owner's manual, there's a chances. There is a sticker somewhere on the frame. And mine is, where we're looking, that is that one, yeah, just up here on the headstock. So you'll find them on your bike somewhere. Quick Google will tell you whereabouts on your bike they are, but mine is this there. And it'll tell you what you're looking at. So front, 33 PSI, and rear, 36 PSI.
Inflate the tyre and seat the bead. And this is the bit that makes you jump.
Basically bang.
Because it goes bang. Yeah. So you can see it stretching itself
Yep.
out. Oi.
Whee, there we go.
So this side looks good, and what you can also do if you're not too sure you've got a really good seal,
Bit more
sometimes
soapy
if the bead doesn't seat, get your soapy water and you'll see it blowing bubbles if you've not got a good seat. Obviously that's good.
We're good.
And then we'll go back to the other side. And again, just do the same thing. Give it a very quick swizz. And no bubbles. Perfect.
Sweet.
There we go.
So I've just got a quick question for you,
Yes.
which will hopefully help viewers. We might know the answer or might not. But when it comes to car tyres and the rotation of the tyre, the tread will always point sort of
So
up
as,
into the frame of the...
as the tyre rolls, it pushes the water that way. So
Yes.
it'll be rolling this way and pushing, so you've got the grooves in the centre pushing the water out.
Yes, but on the bike,
On this one, yes.
with this particular tyre setup,
The
this
front one,
rotation
so if
is
I
sort
turn
of...
it so you can see, so this way it's rolling towards you.
Yeah, so it's almost as if it's pulling
It's
the
almost
water
as
in.
if it's pulling the water in.
So why is that on the bike and not on cars? What's the...
That's a very good question. I don't know for sure, but I think it's because what you want to do is make sure you've always got some grooves which are heading away from where the contact patch will be. So on the front, when you've got plenty of pressure when you're rolling along perfectly straight, that it'll push the water out and you won't notice. But what you really want is when you crank the bike over,
You've got some lean angle.
you've got some lean angle on. You've also got some grooves cut so that if you then hit a puddle, you're not risking any aquaplaning or anything else. Instead of when you're straight up, it doesn't matter for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Whereas when you crank right over, obviously you're relying on that grip.
So that's
So you've
pushing
got-
the water into a non-contact
So
patch,
if you
as it
look,
were.
yeah, if you look at the grooves here as it's cranked over, you've got one groove pointing it away from the contact patch that way, and one going the other way.
Yeah, so it is actually pushing the water away from what's in contact with the road.
That's what I
That
think
makes
of it
sense.
anyway. That's how it makes sense to my brain.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or not,
We
who
don't know.
knows? It could just be Pirelli getting excited and making things look pretty, because the rear is completely the opposite. The rear's more like a car
Yeah, the rear
tyre,
goes the opposite way, doesn't
where
it?
the
So this is
grooves
the
are
old one.
always
You see the grooves in the
following
start of the
rotation,
centre and
pushing outwards.
water out to the
Yep,
edges.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
2 different ideas, but that's the only thing that makes sense to me with the front is making sure you've always got a contact patch that has some grooves.
Right, that kind of makes sense.
Yep.
Cool. Right, well, if I leave you to get that on the bike,
Yep.
we've got to balance it.
Yes, we've got to do the wheel balancing.
Should we do the balancing? Then I'll leave
We
you to get it
will.
on the bike, and then when you've done the balancing, you're getting that on.
Yep.
I'm going to clean that mess,
Yep.
and we'll then get the rear wheel off with the chains all nice and. I say nice. I'll give it a quick clean. It'll be a me
Perfect.
clean.
Yeah.
It won't be an anal
No,
OCD
we don't
clean.
need to go. We don't need to go too crazy, do we?
Okay, so balancing then.
Balancing. So you can buy yourself some balancing kit. I think that's a waste of money because I've got a set of axle stands. All you need is one that'll be a set of axle stands big enough that you can hold the wheel on them, and it's half off the floor, as it were. So all I do is a couple of 3/8 inch extension bars, pass it through the axle in the centre, so it's riding on the wheel bearing, and then pop it on your axle stands,
Oh,
and there you go.
very simple. And then what's the next step? Spin it and find what the heaviest point is.
Correct.
Let it settle.
So this is what they call static balancing. So we turn the wheel, we spin the wheel gently, and wherever it rests, what we'll do is mark it, and then pop a
Set
wheel
weights
weight
on.
there, and then spin it again. So if we give it
See how
a quick spin, see where it comes to rest. That seems pretty well balanced already. Actually, it's stopping fairly easily. Temporarily, while we're balancing the wheel, what we'll do is just little drop of sticky tape and a weight without the sticky taken off, and we'll pop a weight opposite to where it's just stopped.
All right, yeah, yeah.
That
kind of makes sense.
Because the lightest part will stop at the top. So we'll just stick that on there up at the top, and then we'll just give it another spin, see where it stops. Looks good.
90 degrees itself.
It stops at 90 degrees, which is good. That's what we want. So if we then turn it 180 or thereabouts and let go, where does that stop? Stops pretty much immediately.
And what would be the consequence of not balancing it right? What would you experience on a bike? Because with a car, you get a horrible vibration over certain speeds.
Just the same.
So it would just be awful to ride.
You'll get a vibration at speed, but yeah, you'll be able to feel it, particularly through the bars on the front wheel. So
it's definitely something you need to do. You can't skip out on the balancing stage.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. This is worth spending a bit of time. Just keep moving it around, see if there's any consistency in where it stops or starts. In this case, I think that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
So, find where you've stuck your weight on with your tape.
Clean it, which we've already done.
Pop your tape off, and it's nice and clean already. And we'll just do the sticky peel. So I'll stick that like that. That should be it.
Cool.
And then just to be sure, we'll do the same again. So what you're looking for is when it stops, it doesn't then spin back on itself quite a long way. It's natural to have a little oscillation, but you want wherever it stops, if you let go at 90 degrees,
you don't want it dropping
just like
back
that.
to the
You
weight
don't want
at
it
the
then to drop back to where it was before. You want to keep moving it round. And again, so we'll put the weight and the valve up on the side and let go. And that's it.
That's jobs. As I said, if you want to put that back on the front then, I will set about cleaning that horrible sticky chain. Whilst Harvey's doing that, let's show off the products again. Tru Tension, chain cleaner. Would it be anything else? No. Okay, we'll get to it. You've seen videos on this. If you want to find out how to go about cleaning your chain and maintaining it, I've done a whole video on it. There'll be a pop-out banner somewhere on the screen, but you can go check that out. I won't bore you with another one, but we'll get cracking with this job now.
The chain be clean.
The chain be clean. So I say, as if by magic, the chain's all sorted. So, how are you getting on with the front?
Yep. Getting on nicely now. The wheel is back in. Just need to get the brake calipers on.
And you've put some grease.
So we've got a little bit of grease on the slider pin that goes right the way, the axle that goes right the way through, and the spacers and bits and pieces, which is as they come from the factory.
So that should hopefully mean now it's in my ownership. It might come off,
Shouldn't
regularly,
seize in. Yeah, absolutely.
Won't be seized in like it was last time.
Quite unusually, it's one where the factory manual actually calls for you to grease all the threads as well. So yeah, very often because that changes how much torque you get. So always worth checking the manual, find out the right torque settings, not just run it up really tight, especially on a bike where there's lots of aluminium things, and if you break a bolt in something, you're in real trouble.
Yeah.
Or stripping threads, or
Getting yourself in a sticky situation with it.
Yeah, you can usually find one online for not too much effort and or money, so it's always
And
worth having.
hopefully, they've bought a bike with a manual.
That would be nice. Yeah,
That would be nice.
I mean, I'm one of those people that thinks that you should be forced to sell a bike with a workshop manual so that everybody can do simple service items and that kind of thing.
Well, that would be very sensible, wouldn't it? But
It'd
the
be-
manufacturers don't like that.
The manufacturers don't like that because, of course, that keeps you away from the dealership, and they've got to pay for the glass palace somehow.
Right, so what's this? What are we doing?
So I'm
Checking
just
the
going to
tyre
check the
pressure.
tyre pressure. I imagine this is pretty low. Yeah, 21. So we'll top
And we
that
need
up.
to be aiming for 33, I think it said on the frame
I
for
think
that
it
one.
said 33, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes, and then after we've done that, onto the, I guess you get the frame sliders back in and move on to the rear.
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
And we'll get
right.
the rear wheel out. Away we go.
Okay, so all the front's sorted, brakes are all torqued back up again,
Yep.
wheels all back on, everything's how it should be, torqued up
Everything's-
to spec.
Just as it should be. All gone around with a torque wrench. Make sure it's as it is, because the last thing you want is your front brakes coming off, or the front wheel coming off, or something horrendous. So,
Yep, and now we're moving to the rear.
and now we're going to get the rear.
Is this a bit more complicated because we're dealing with the chain, sprocket?
It's a bit fiddlier because you've got to try and get the chain off and any spacers and the rear caliper and a few bits and pieces. But
And you're dealing with these, what are these called, tensioners, the tensioners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got to try and get those off. And,
yeah, so you've got to wind your chain tensioners in. Usually, I get it. It can be bike dependent. Some bikes they'll just come straight off. Some bikes it's a bit more difficult.
Okay.
But we're just trying to make sure get this axle loose, and away we go.
So very similar to the front, two nuts on the axle.
Similar. Yeah, 2 nuts. Bigger, just to be annoying. Bigger, 36mm on this one for the star shape.
We won't
So you
tell them
need
about
a
you having to drive home and stuff.
So you need a 12-point 36mm socket for this type of nut, which is, can be a bit awkward because you don't always have them in the toolkit. You're into big sizes then, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And you did have to go home and pick yours up.
I did have
because
to
I
go
didn't
home
have
and pick
one.
them up because I forgot to bring them. I should have brought my collection of bigger size nuts.
And then similar to the front, little love tap to get it moving.
Yeah, and then we should be golden. So that'll come through on this side. What I'll do,
Pop that on.
I'll wind a nut on to give me something to get hold of.
Bit of leverage.
Bit of leverage. Just like that.
Brilliant.
There we go. It's nice when it comes out.
So that's out.
But that's because this has been off in the past.
Yes,
which is
because they've
nice.
had a new tyre on the rear at some point.
Exactly.
Next
So,
step, caliper. Yeah? Or chain.
Chain first. So what I'll
Okay.
do is now the axle's out, we should be able to push the wheel forward, which gives us enough slack to then get the chain off. So if you get it so it's on the bottom, just feed the bottom off where the slack is, pull
Yeah.
it backwards, and just run it round, just like you would on a bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly the same, just bigger and more expensive. Right. So now that's off, we can then look at the caliper. Fairly standard Brembo item.
And the pads like...
Yeah, they're a little bit crusty. You could just fetch those out and give it a quick clean while we've got the rear wheel out.
It's an interesting assembly. I didn't realise the hanger was inside of the...
Yeah, and it seems to be on this one. It wasn't on my Monster, but on this one, it seems to be pretty well retained. It doesn't want to just flop out. There's a pin there. There's a bolt in there, rather.
There's
It
a
just
mechanism.
holds it on the swing arm, so it moves backwards and forwards with the wheel as you tension the
Oh,
chain.
yeah.
But it doesn't just flop about while you're trying to get the wheel on and off, which is very nice.
Did yours just used to like come off then?
Yes, it would just flop about and it would be in the way. So you almost need 3 hands to get them back together again because you're trying to hold the caliper and the pin and the wheel, and
Juggling it around.
there's a lot of
Italians,
swearing needed, a lot of
Ducatis.
swearing. But in this one,
They seem to have fixed it
Nothing
because
like,
the Germans
nice
got
and
involved with
easy.
this
Yeah.
band, didn't they? So it wasn't all Italians.
some
This model was built by the
German
Germans.
sensibleness has come in.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, right. That's the rear wheel off then.
yeah, so that's the rear wheel. So we'll do exactly what we did before.
We've got to contend
So
with
we've got to contend.
the brakes,
with-
disc, and the sprocket on this time, hasn't it? So you
Yeah,
put it face
so
down that way.
well, thankfully,
Oh, look at that.
these should.
Just slide out.
There you go. So you
I
just pick
didn't
them
know
out.
that.
Yep.
Easy peasy. Well, okay, whilst you're tackling the tyre, 'cause
Yep.
it's going to be the same thing all over again, I'm going to take the opportunity to clean
Yes.
in there, because that's disgusting. So I'm going to get on with that whilst you start that.
Yep.
Okay,
Sounds like a plan.
let's go.
Grant.
The one side. Oh, look, some gel did get in.
Oh, yes, it did a little bit.
Okay. So maybe it was a perseverance thing.
Maybe it was.
Who's got time to persevere with that much?
Well, yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Who's got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right, so that's the wheel out. Let's have a quick look. So some of that stuff that we tried at the start of the video has found its way in. Tiniest amount.
Yeah.
If we look inside the tyre, we were trying so hard to get this stuff in, weren't we?
We were, yeah.
We weren't fucking about.
We weren't being gentle.
And that is all we managed to get through the valve. So it was going in. So I'm thinking it probably is a case of the 90-degree valve making it
Just a little
bit too narrow. So it might be worth trying it on a different bike
Yes, definitely.
to give it a fair test. So I can put that stuff in the garage and try it on a different bike. I haven't got another bike.
What a shame, you'll have to get one.
I'll have to buy another bike
You'll have
just
to
for
get
the
another
test.
bike, yeah. Well, I mean, that's always the answer, isn't it? N+1 is always the right answer. More bikes, yeah.
More bikes.
More bikes. More cars, more bikes.
So what's the next bit? Clean that wheel up.
Yeah, give this wheel a clean, get the
old wheel weights
the last
off.
bit of the sealant stuff off and the weights, and yeah, get started on the fresh
Get
one.
started on the fresh one.
That's it.
We're cooking with gas now.
Yeah, we're on it.
Yes, correct. Okay, while Harvey does that, I'm just going to show you the reasons why I actually changed my tyres. So the rear one, as we've seen, is completely done. You see the wear indicators just here in the tread? Right down on the wear indicator. So we're, what, about 1 mil, which is the legal limit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But as you can see, they're very, very square. That was the other issue. The top of it is basically flat. So like riding on a 50p coin, you can feel it, as you tip it into a corner, you can feel it sort of roll off onto the edge of the tyre. So it's absolutely ready for change. And the other thing to note with it is the DOT code 4119. That indicates the tyre was made in the 41st week of 2019. So it's getting on age-wise as well. So that tyre was done for. And then we suspect the front tyre to be the original, because the DOT code on that, if I can find it, just here, 3917, would indicate it was made in 2017, which is when the bike was registered.
Yeah, week 39.
So that would indicate this was a tyre from new, which is, what, 8 years old now?
Yeah, 8 years and how many miles?
7.5.
7,500, that's not bad.
So it's done all right. And there's
Yep.
plenty of tread left on it. It's nowhere near the wear bars, but it's shaped weird. If you have a look at the profile here, you can just about see it. It sort of sits proud in the middle, and then there's nothing left at the edges. It sort of squares off twice. It's an odd shape. So that was well due a change as well. That was past its prime. So that is why I'm getting new tyres on the bike, because they were both well and truly done. How you getting on?
Yeah, pretty good. It might not even need any weight, this one.
Is it just randomly stopping at points?
It stopped there a couple of times. We might just need one there. Give it another go. Yep, seems okay. A little bit of thread showing on both sides.
So is that the first step? You'll have some thread. So it's not fully done up, because now we've got to align everything and...
Yeah, so you leave the big nuts have to be loose, otherwise you can't move the wheel
Yeah.
backwards and forwards in the carrier,
Makes complete
which
sense.
is what we're going to do with the chain tensioner.
So now,
And then we just need to know the chain tension,
specs.
the spec.
Harvey's going to introduce what these two things are then. So we've got the
Yep.
chain monkey and the laser monkey.
So you've got the chain tension checker, the chain monkey.
And this is,
So-
as you just said, making sure the chain is tensioned correctly.
So it
And why is it
gives-
important to do your chain correctly? Why is...
It makes sure that you don't, if you over tighten it, you can damage the bearings in the gearbox, that kind of thing. Yeah, not good, because as the swing arm compresses, it tightens the chain. So you don't want it to be too tight, lock everything up, start pulling the gearbox apart, because obviously, very expensive day.
Yep.
Too slack and it's in danger of falling off. If you go over a bump and the wheel drops, then you could get it loose enough that it's going to fall off.
It's going to jump off.
And you need the right tension on modern bikes with quick shifters as well. If the tension's not right, the gearbox doesn't unload as it should, and you get weird shift behaviour and clacking in and out. You get horrible, horrible things.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, always worth having the right tension.
So then you check your manual for your tension.
So
yeah. Ours, we've Googled it, we checked the manual, it's anywhere between 22, do we say 22 and 23,
Yeah.
23, 24?
Yeah, roughly 20
roughly,
millimetres
yeah.
is what we're aiming for, which based on the chart is setting 0 for a bigger chain and setting 1 for a smaller chain. And you measure the diameter of the chain. This one's 15 millimetres, so we're in the right-hand column.
Simple as that.
So we know what we're aiming for. We're aiming for 0. And then this has a nice set of measurements on the back. And all you do is align the bottom of this nut with your chosen number.
Okay, so you align the bottom of the nut with the
So we're
chosen
going
number.
to unwind this one a little bit and set it to
0.
0. That's it.
And then you set
And
the
then
captive nut at the
you
bottom.
you set this rubber washer here to your chosen tension, and it stops it. So when you've got it set, away you go.
All right, brilliant.
Yep.
So I just hook that to the chain.
Yeah. So all you do with that is unwind it to make sure you can get it hooked on.
Yep.
You go for the chain measurement point, which, according to the swing arm specs over here, is right in the middle, underneath. It's roughly about here.
Okay.
So hook it onto the chain, get it in between a link, and then just tighten it up
Until that rubber washer hits the bottom of the...
until you get to the exactly. So your lock washer gets to the right point, and you'll feel it in the like so.
Brilliant.
And if you get really good and low, you can check your tension, and that's it. That's set.
Okay.
So now what we do is we'll ramp up the adjusters on the back until we get basically a completely taut chain, because this is pushing the chain up by that specified measurement.
Yep.
So we can't then over tighten or loosen the chain. So we
I
just
see.
do these
So
up until they get tightish.
Yeah, so the next job
And
then
away
is
you
to
go.
do the adjusters at the back so it pulls the wheel back in the swing arm.
Exactly.
And you're doing it to the point where the chain's over tight with that adjuster on it. And then when
Yeah.
you take it off, that adds the slack back in.
Exactly that.
Right.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
on this bike, we're going backwards. So we'll pull this right the way out and do a bit on the other side as well.
So we keep going with that.
Yeah, tighten them nice and tighten them evenly.
And
You
you'll
can
see,
use the original factory marks to just give you an eyeball, but
if you
obviously
can see them through the grid.
yeah, they're not. They're never very nice, are the factory markers. There we go. So that's pretty tight now. You can see if I've got that in the right place.
Position.
That looks right.
And as you're tightening
That
it,
looks
you
pretty-
can see that
Pretty tight now, as it is. So
Yeah, so
that
if
is
you-
how you would set.
let me get down here. So if I push that up,
It's pretty
there's
tight.
hardly any movement in that at all,
Yeah.
is there?
Yeah.
So you'd say if that was without the chain monkey on it, that was your chain, you'd say that was over tight, wouldn't you?
Yes.
So at this point, that is over tension because it's got the chain monkey hanging on it. And that
Absolutely.
wouldn't be safe to ride on for the reasons you've just described. It
No.
would be doing damage to the gearbox.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But in this case, if we were to undo the tensioner, it would then release that extra little bit of slack, the extra 20 millimeters, and give you exactly what you're looking for.
So that's a very clever, handy little tool. I like that. That makes doing this job exceptionally easy.
Yeah. It means you could almost do it without getting grubby fingers, which would be quite nice.
Would be nice.
Yeah, well,
Dirty hands. So next bit then, laser. So is
get
that
the
done?
laser
We do
module on, yeah.
Laser monkey. And what's the importance of laser monkey then? So this is about the alignment, isn't it? This is about
Yeah,
getting my wheel.
so this is making sure that the rear wheel is pointing towards the sprocket, so it's aligned with the sprocket to make
Yep.
sure it's not trying to crab the bike while you're driving along,
So that's this.
which is this one. And this should just clamp to the chain. It's got a little laser pointer in the top. And away we go. But I've never used one of these before, so
Well, give it a
find
go.
out how it goes.
We think we've got that in the right position. We've left the guard on,
Yeah,
but as you can see, it's pinned
it's just
to the
holding
chain.
the
So
chain
it's on
itself.
the chain.
So it's right above the rear wheel, and it's just,
And if we look
just
down-
point the laser down. We're trying to get that to point directly over the sprocket as
We
close as
zoom
we
in
can.
so we can see where the laser's currently hitting. It's currently just at the far end, isn't it? Just above where it needs to be, so it needs to go down a little bit.
Yeah, so if I
We're trying to
point
get it down into the sprocket.
If we
actually.
get, yeah, that's just a little bit tricky because you get it once we get to we start losing
Yeah.
the beam here on top of the top of the swing arm, but that's a good spot there. We can see. So
We can see it's off
you
centre.
can line it up by eye. We can see it slightly out, so we should be able to just tweak.
Well, let me get down that way and get a
Yep.
clip of it. So hard for me to get the shot, but you can see the little red dot. That needs to be perfectly in line with the chain.
Yeah, so if I move one of the adjusters, you can see it moving ever so slightly as we go.
So it's going further away.
Yeah, and then if I bring it back in.
Yeah, ever so slight millimetres each time as it's going
Yeah.
back in.
Yeah. Very, very slight. And that
That's
looks
very clever.
That looks pretty much spot on.
Straight down the middle.
Yep.
What a nifty little tool. So that's also worked.
Yeah, that's very nifty. That's the most difficult bit of in my opinion, of a bike with a twin arm setup that you can't
Getting
really...
the alignment right.
Getting the alignment right is much trickier. It's much easier on a single-sided bike because there is no adjustment that way. There's no such thing as getting it out like that because
Yeah.
that means you've got a bad wheel bearing. You
Right,
just
so-
set the tension and away you go.
What do you rate that then? Worth having?
Yeah, definitely.
So Lazer Monkey
it's-
worth having and Chain
Yeah.
Monkey worth having.
As long as you can get the shot of the laser down the swing arm,
Yeah.
so you can see closer to the sprocket how close you are.
Yeah. I should have filmed you there. I was filming the bike. You're
Yeah.
off camera with just an arm. really.
Just an arm coming in. So yeah, as long as you can get the laser coming down the swing arm towards the sprocket, if you've got the right setup. If it's completely blocked, it's probably not going to be much use.
Okay.
Um,
Well, there you go. Nice and easy. So there's 2 other bits of kit from
Yep.
Tru Tension. Thanks, guys, for sending these things out. It's really useful to get these tools and put them to test. And there's 2 there that we've just tried that we think... Where's the packaging? That's that one. Chain Monkey and Lazer Monkey. 2 that we think you should probably invest in if you're into doing DIY on your bikes. Yeah?
yeah,
That's fair to say?
Yep, 2 grubby thumbs up.
Brilliant.
There's that.
Like it. Right, because I want to make sure that the channel is as authentic as possible, we checked Google, didn't we, for the measurements.
Yep.
And Google, whoop. Google was saying,
I'll set that up to attack me later.
Google was saying for the chain tension, what did I say, 22 to 24?
Yes.
And that was from Ducati MS file, but we've just looked at the actual frame sticker. So this is, again, not relying on the internet, I guess, is the tip here. The measurements are written on the bike. They're on
Yeah,
the frame sticker.
if you've still got the sticker on the swing arm, I would always go
So
with that.
go with that rather than what I just Googled. So it's saying
Yeah.
28 to 30, which means we've had to reset this. We set it at 0 before. We've just had to set it at 1 according to the book's manual. So actually, that was set wrong. And also, we had it back here, didn't we? When we had
Yeah.
it, but it needs to be further forward for the actual measurement point.
Apparently so.
So we're just going to retension it. And as a result, we're probably going to need the Lazer Monkey again, aren't we? Because you're going to have to
Yeah.
knock the alignment and stuff out. So we're just going to redo that bit and just make sure we're happy with everything, because it felt as if the chain had way too much slack in it
It did.
when we first took the things off. So take 2.
Take 2.
It really does help if you read all the instructions before you start, because we've realised that we should be doing this on the side stand. We just couldn't get the tension right, even with the tools. And then we read them in more detail, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it says this should be done on the side stand. So take 3.
Take 3. Right. That feels good.
Yeah.
So, let's just...
That's coming off way easier than the first time as well.
Yeah. We'll undo this.
So for anyone watching, this comes down to user error the first time we did it. Because the bike was on the paddock stand, there's no weight on the rear axle of the bike.
Yeah, that feels better.
That looks loads better as well.
Much better. So, let's check it with the tape measure, just to be absolutely sure.
So it's saying 28 to 30 mil.
Yep.
Bosh on. Done.
That'll do quite nicely.
So what was the mistake we made? Because it was on the axle stand, the paddock stand.
Yeah.
It was in the air. There was no weight on the rear, which
Yeah.
meant the swing arm was in a different position.
Yeah.
It was just hanging
Just had
free.
it all wrong, just not following the instructions
That are written on the bike.
that are written on the bike.
We
There's
thought
no
we knew
excuse.
better. We thought we knew better than Ducati. We were just making it as we went
Yeah.
along.
There you go.
So yeah, lessons learnt.
Always read the manual.
Definitely. Happy with that.
Yeah, happy with that.
That is 2 new tyres on the bike.
Yeah.
Have we missed anything? Are we...
No, that's it.
That's it, isn't it? Okay, so just to round the video off then for summary, because that will be the end of the video. So thank you very much all for watching. I'm going to go to Mechanic Harvey. Out of the things we've tried, the tyre gel. Failed test.
Yeah.
We're saying fail
not so,
test on
not
that
so
one.
good, probably because it's just not the right application.
But we'll keep it and we'll try and work something out to get it in.
Yeah.
We'll see if any friends have got a bike that were willing
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do anything different.
Something
I don't know
like
if we'll
that.
get to that point, but we'll try.
Yeah, we
we've
can
got
try
it.
it again.
It was a failed experiment, But thank you to the guys at Tru Tension for sending it. Next bit of kit, what do we try next? The wheel monkey.
roller.
Wheel
Yep.
roller.
Very nice.
Good.
Yep. I
Would
like
you
that.
have one in your garage?
Yeah, I'd give that a go.
Do you want that one?
Yeah,
It's
why not?
yours.
Thank you very much.
You have
There we
that.
go.
Thank you very much for your
That's a
time
prize.
today.
Thank you very much. Yep.
You keep
wonderful.
on of that. If you've got a
Yep.
use for it, you crack on.
I will.
So that's useful for you. We rate that. That's a useful
Yep.
tool.
That's a nice bit of kit.
Chain monkey, that bad boy, the chain
Yep.
tension thing. You've already got one of these, haven't you?
I have got one. Yeah, I bought mine several years ago. It's so
you found that useful.
It's a nice bit of kit.
And the Lazer Monkey,
Very nice. Yeah, I like
good
that.
as well.
Yep.
So 2 bits of kit that
Useful.
are dead useful.
Yep.
And then obviously we've got all the periphery stuff that I always use. We've got the bike cleaner, the chain lube. That's what I need to do, lube the chain because I've cleaned it.
Yep.
So I need some lube on it. But
Yep.
that's it then. That's everything done, is it? That's the bike
Perfect.
sorted.
Yep,
We
that's
are
it.
happy.
All sorted. Yep. So we've just got to tidy up.
Tidy up.
Torque the last couple of bolts.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll sign off. I'll flip this round. We'll see my face again because it's Jack Talks Bikes, not Harvey Talks Bikes. Yeah, anyway. So thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate it. If you've liked this content, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to head over to Instagram. Follow me on there as well. And yeah, I think that's everything. And there'll be a pop-out banner on the screen somewhere with another video of me messing around and talking about bikes. So see you later. Thank you very much for watching.